Winds are at 130 miles an hour.
Holy jeez!
I'd like to read to you part of the New Message prophecy on the great change regarding the seas of the world and the increasing danger of living in the coastlines and all low-lying areas near great waterways and great bodies of water. This comes from the New Message teaching called The Great Warning. Look at a map of the world and see what will be lost. The majority of the major cities of the world will be flooded and will not be able to be protected. What will happen to all the people who must leave, even within the wealthy nations and their cities and their coastlines? Where will they go? What will they do? They, along with you and your recent ancestors who have changed the climate of the world. As ice caps melt, as glaciers melt, as water becomes ever more precious and drought grows worldwide, these are the things that must be mitigated now while you have a chance to do so. Do not think there are other problems that are more significant than this. Do not discount this. These are the words of Revelation. They are not my words. Given to all the people of the world who are experiencing the great waves of environmental change that are now striking the world almost daily in so many ways. This revelation goes on to say, the seas will rise. Within the next century and a half, they will rise over 100 feet. Where are you going to live? What will happen to your ports and cities and your prime farmland? What will happen to the deltas of the world and the millions who live there? Who will take them in when they must flee their nations, unable to survive there any longer? These words are given to us, not to frighten us, but to warn us, to alert us, to clarify our understanding and vision, and to help us prepare for a future that would be very different from our past. For as the world changes, we must change with it, or fall victim to it. This is the choice before us today, and will be the choice before us in all the days to come. It is not something that should be set aside, or avoided, or denied. Though politicians and people with a vested interest will do this, you, who can have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, have this opportunity to understand what is coming over the horizon. Why? Because God, the source of all life here, is giving it to us and has already put it within you and every person in a deeper intelligence called knowledge. This is not about ideology or politics. This is not about economics. This is about seeing, knowing, and taking action fundamentally, where God has given you the strength to see this. But this strength resides deeper beneath your worldly mind that has been so conditioned by the world, so dominated by external events and others. It is this that this new message calls for, to restore people, to redeem them, and to provide safety and direction for them. For in this changing world, safety, direction, stability, and purpose will become ever more important. What I'm presenting to you is not an ideology. It is something that must be felt and heard more deeply. It is not merely a perspective. It is not merely a belief. It is a communication from those who sent us, to warn us, to protect us. It may arouse fear initially, but it really is to engender a deeper response and responsibility. The great warning, Revelation, goes on to say, do not give up. Do not give in. Do not capitulate to your own fears or to the challenges around you. Do not be a victim. Be a contributor. Here you will gain strength, purpose, and renewal. For only a great situation can restore, renew, and prepare humanity to face the great challenges that are to come. The blessing is upon us because the great need is upon us. God has sent a preparation, a solution, to enable us to face and prepare and to deal with these situations effectively, and not merely at the last moment when they overtake us. God is giving us what we need to be safe, to be stable, and to prosper in a changing world. A changing world unlike anything we have ever seen before. For I tell you, great storms will strike the coastlines of the world with a force rarely ever seen before. Drought will cover many of the lands. Floods will inundate many other areas, as is happening today, every day, all over the world. Look to your life. Look to what God has given you to understand deeper things, without fear and preference, without delusion, without trying to make the world better or worse than it is, but to see clearly, to see what is real, to see what is coming. God has given us the pathway to understand and to prepare to be able to do these things. You of any religion or no religion, of any nation, any culture, to unite everyone for the preservation of the world and for the safety and well-being of all the peoples of this world, as we stand now at the threshold of great change and great opportunity. May the presence of God be with you, and may you be with His presence.